Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip answers the question, it helps you find a way if you want to be wealthy, and one way to do that is to pay off your mortgage early. I'll try to show you how that magnifies your money. It amplifies your money. So let's say if you buy a home that's worth $176,000 and you agree with the bank to pay that back at 6% interest. So let's see, well, that's 6% per year, and you don't pay very much of that back in the first year. So let's just do a simple calculation, 6% of 176,000. That won't be exact, but that will be very close. So if we say 176,000 times 0.06, that turns out to be $10,560 in 1 year. That's how much interest you pay. Anyways, so you pay it in monthly installments. You don't pay it all at the end of the year, but if you divided that by 12, you're paying about $880 a month in interest. So you might be making a payment more like $950. A little bit of that goes to paying off the loan, but most of that goes to paying interest. So $10,000 of interest, more or less, because each time you pay a little bit, that $176,000 is now $175,900 or whatever, and then $800. So it comes down a little bit, but it'll be very close, especially at the first part of a loan. So if I buy a home worth $144,000 and I agree to pay the bank 5% interest, and we're paying $708 per month for 1 year, how much will we have paid off after 1 year? So we'll find out how much we've paid, and we'll subtract the interest from it, and that will be how much was paid off. So let's find out how much interest again. So 144,000 times the 0.05. So that comes out to be $7,200 interest. Okay, so that's how much is for interest. Now let's find out how much we pay. Well, if we pay $708 12 times, we pay a total of $8,490. So if we paid $8,490 to the bank and $7,200 is for interest, the rest goes to paying off the loan. So we say, well, we've paid them $8,490, and let's subtract our $7,200. That much goes to the paying off the interest. That turns out to be $1,290 is how much we've paid off. So $1,290. So you can see that you're paying $8,000 and only $1,000 is going to interest. So if you could come up with an extra $1,000, you could pretty much have a whole extra year worth paid off. So it's not much more than 1 month payment, and you pay off 12 months. So it's multiplied by a factor of about 10. So let's do an example where we see how much we save. So we have the 150,000 and 5% interest. $7,500 interest. So if we're paying $708 every month, we saw from the last one that was 8,490. So let's find out how much is paid off. Okay, so whoops, write that a little neater. So that would say that we have paid off $990. So in 1 year, we've paid $990. So let's see how much, an extra 1,000, so $1,000. If we divide that by our 990 that we've paid off, that tells us how much of a year. That's a little more than a year's worth of payments. That turns out to be 1.01 years. It's really close to a year worth of payments. If we pay an extra 1,000, that's a little bit more than a year's worth. Well, how many payments did we make? Well, if we do 1.01 times 12, multiply that by the $708 that we pay every month. So we played a little more than 12 months, not much. So that turns out to be, just leaving it without rounding at all, 8,580, well, I'll round it to the dollar, $8,582 that I won't have to pay. So by paying 1,000, there's 8,580 that I don't have to pay. So I multiply my money by about 8.5 times. So that seems like a pretty good deal. You can pay off your mortgage early, and you end up paying less in the long run.